Meghan has been at legal loggerheads with her half-sister from her father's first marriage, Samantha Markle, for over 2 years now. In 2021, Samantha wrote a tell-all book, The Diary of Princess Pushy Sister, highly critical of Meghan, and had given oodles of interviews to tabloid media, trashing her. This culminated in Meghan's lawyers sending Samantha a cease and desist letter, stopping her from continuing to call Meghan delusional. But Samantha didn't stop there. On the contrary, she is filing a defamation case against Meghan, who has been interviewed by Oprah Winfrey, alleging that in the said interview, Meghan has made false and damaging statements against her. Samantha was particularly unhappy with this bit, for Meghan told Oprah that all her life, she had known Samantha, in passing and not very well as an only child. Samantha had said that those statements were untrue and had spoiled her name. Meghan then hired the uber-expensive Hollywood law firm Schley, Abrams, Cooper, and Kim to represent her in Samantha's defamation lawsuit. They have represented huge stars like Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and Reese Witherspoon in the past. It's clear, Meghan spared no expense in laying a foundation to prove just how strong the facts of her case would be. This week, it took a surprisingly new turn for the case when it recently landed in front of a judge in Florida. In a hearing last week, Judge Smith spent more than 2 hours carefully going through all the evidence filed, including family photos, letters, records of telephone calls, and text messages that have been sent between Meghan and Samantha over the years. This turned out, in the end, to be much to the chagrin of her high-powered lawyers, who had been warning all along that Samantha might well win. This is unlike Meghan, who said Samantha had lived very nearby as a child. In fact, he said the two had lived under the same roof, at various addresses, and taken part in family holidays, vacations, and birthday celebrations under one roof. Phone and text records also show they stayed in semi-regular contact as adults until Meghan met Harry. Judge Smith said the evidence before him was quite to the contrary of the claims being made by Meghan that she hardly knew Samantha as she was growing up. The judge then took the extraordinary step of directly reprimanding Meghan and her lawyers in open court. She stated, "I am deeply troubled by the dishonesty displayed by the plaintiff Meghan Markle and her legal team. Thus, an attempt to rewrite the history of a family that was actually denied close relations for the sake of getting publicity." As Judge Smith had said, everybody is free to tell his own story, even the complainant, Smith said, but there's nobody free to come in and damage and fabricate things that are so easily proved not to be so. I expected more from high-paid Hollywood attorneys. Some reasonable effort must have been put in to establish the accuracy of the facts before these scurrilous allegations were made. No, it did not stop at telling him off. In remarks on worldwide television, Judge Smith has said that her claims were, at best, carelessly false and, at worst, and malicious. I had warned the plaintiff in no uncertain terms, there would be no doublespeak, and there would be no convenient rewrites of the past, in my courtroom. Clear evidence, there is. Of course, Meghan's lawyers were stunned to silence by the scolding and then by the judge's recount of events. But Judge Smith would having none of it, stating your objections are duly noted but will not alter the facts. This court finds that Samantha Markle's defamation case does indeed have merit based on the evidence presented. He would, therefore, advise the plaintiff to amicably settle rather than fritter away more taxpayers' money on such preposterous suits. Legal experts had already termed the verbal judgment from the bench as highly irregular. It remains to be seen whether Meghan will agree with the findings and be willing to make peace on this matter, or she may be prepared to fight the matter through a potentially embarrassing defamation trial that could see more family secrets aired. Her handlers doubtless will caution her that continued bickering now risks continuing to take even more of a toll on her public image, which has already been bruised by inconsistencies revealed in relation to her book, The Bench. And they will also advise that there is the embarrassment of possibly losing the case of defamation with the monetary sums that Samantha might be able to acquire from them. For sure, it seems that Cavigan does not help to set any desirable precedent and only encourages other members of the family to follow suit, possibly. Either way, the gloves really came off this time, and the episode proved that her normal Teflon front can really be breached with the right environment. It would also encourage other critics, such as her estranged father Thomas Markle, to pursue his own legal avenues if they go unheeded. The judgment reminds one that while wealth may be able to buy favorable attention from the media, really, it can't buy one everything. Facts always out in a court of law. This really should be interesting, to see what happened next in this drama. On a related piece of news, Samantha Markle was quoted saying that she is very happy with the finding from the judge since it fully confirms her version of the family history and relations with Meghan.